What's up, everybody? It's Big L here, and we are back into draft, and this is season 7 of the WPF. Just going to be going over the team I drafted, what kind of went into the thought process behind building the team. I think it's an okay team. I think it might surprise some people now that I've thought about it and talked about it with a few people. I had the 14th pick in the draft, and we had a plan going in, and it kind of worked out, kind of didn't. And we'll just get right into it since you can see the first three mons here on the screen already. So at 14, I had no intention of this mon being there. I got a lot of new toys this season, and that's Megalopony. For those of you who didn't know, yeah, it doesn't have return anymore, which really hurts it. That was its best normal stab, but it did get access to U-turn, play rough, and triple axle, and close combat. So, which makes it really viable. You don't have to worry about missing high jump kicks to get that really strong fighting stab, and it's super fast. So moving on, we have my pick on the way back was the mon I originally intended to pick in the first round, which is Heatran. Now, this is a Pokemon that I've never used before, just like Megalopony, and that's going to be a theme on this team. I think I've only used one mon on this whole team before, so it should be interesting to see how well we use these mons in the season going forward. But back to Heatran. Heatran can do a lot of different things. It's got great special attack and access to moves like Lava Plume and its signature move Magma Storm, which traps Pokemon in, and I believe it's like 100 base power. It does have a 25% chance to miss though, which is unfortunate, but overall a great stealth rocker, good assault vest user. It does carry that 4 times weakness to ground, unfortunately. And it gives me 2 fighting weak mons, which is kind of unfortunate, but we addressed that in the next pick, which is Togekiss. Now, Togekiss can do a lot of different things as well. Obviously, everyone knows it for its Serene Grace ability, so it can flinch things to death. It can get up a nasty plot, and since basically every fairy got access to Mystical Fire, that also helps it out a little bit. Drop some special attack in there if you need to do that. If you need it to be, it can be a cleric. It's not the best cleric, and I don't see us using it that way most of this season because our next mon is one of the better clerics out there, and that is Vaporeon. Don't need to go too much into this. Everyone kind of knows what it does. It eats hits for days, gets off Wish, Protect, and now that it has Flip Turn, it can do a little bit of chip damage on its way out. It doesn't have to rely on Baton Pass to pass that Wish into another Pokemon. So it's become a little bit more versatile, and it's just an overall really good mon. After those 4 is when the draft kind of got away from me a little bit. I still like the team from here on, but not as much as I would like. And so with our next Pokemon, we have Sarina. Now here, I kind of wanted to finish my Fire, Water, Grass core, and I feel like my Fire, Water, Grass core is really strong. Sarina can do a lot of different things. Its Queenly Majesty ability means it's immune to all priority moves, which is great. So I don't have to worry about Sucker Punch mind games or a random Ice Shard or Mach Punch or something like that, which is nice. Trop Kick is its signature move, which lowers an opponent's attack, and it's a strong stab move. Gets Rapid Spin, and with that buff, it can get off a Rapid Spin, and if you're running an offensive set, you can kind of sweep someone's team if you get it in the right position. The next Pokemon is a Pokemon that the only one on this team that I've used before, I think, and that is Galvantula. Now, Galvantula, it's best known for setting webs, but it's also really fast. I got it because I needed something that gave me a better speed tier. Because at this point, before I drafted Galvantula, I had Megalopony, which is super fast, and I didn't have anything between that and Togekiss, which is, I believe, base 80. And so this filled in my speed tiers, gave me a good sticky web option, and it's another mon that can give me a nice fast pivot if I don't like the matchup. So it can do a little bit of ship damage with the Volt Switch. Losing Hidden Power kind of hurts it, but you didn't have to bring Hidden Power on Galvantula for it to be good in the first place. So I'm really excited to use it again. And Compound Eyes makes those thunders really accurate, so you can hit things really, really hard. Next is Druddigan. It's another mon I've never used before. Really excited to use it. It gets access to Glare. It can be Stealth Rocks. You can run Rough Skin Rocky Helmet. You can also, if you really want to surprise somebody, you can bring an offensive set because it has Sheer Force. And the ability to hit things pretty hard with that. But most of the time you're going to see it, it'll probably be running Rough Skin Rocky Helmet with Glare and Stealth Rocks and more of a support and crippling set. So next we have Palisand, which is Ghost Ground. I needed a ground type at this point, and I needed a fighting immunity. Fighting immunity was really big for me since I had those fighting weak mons up at the top in Heatran and Megalopony. It gives me another option for Stealth Rocks. I have 3 Stealth Rock options at this point, and Palisand, ground and ghost is a really interesting typing. Given the right situation, it can come in and just click Shore Up and live a lot of hits, and I'm really excited to see how well it works out. Next is Garbodor, and this one was a pick because I felt like I wanted a poison type, and this one was just one of the better ones in Tier 5 that was left. I was hoping to get Quillfish here because I wanted to get an Intimidator, but that got taken. Obviously, hoping for Quillfish, which is one of the better Tier 5s, to fall that far was kind of wishful thinking. But we took what was there, and I really think Garbodor has a chance to put in some good work for me. It can stack spikes, it can stack toxic spikes, which toxic spikes could really help my team out a lot. And Aftermath is a good ability. If you switch it on at the right time, you can get a nice chunk of damage off on an opposing Pokemon that you might see as a threat. And our last pick was Meowstick. I like the ability to have a prankster user on the team, and that's what the male form hidden ability is. But also you could surprise somebody, bring the female form, get a competitive boost, and put in a little bit of work offensively. It gets access to things like Thunder Wave and screens, and so we'll see how it works out going forward. Overall, like I said, I kind of like the team. I think it could be better, but seeing how things didn't quite go our way in the middle there, I think we salvaged a pretty good team. We have a lot of ways to pivot around, which is good. Options to remove hazards. We have, I believe 1 or 2 defoggers, and I know we have at least 1 rapid spinner, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes. So like I said, this is my first video. If you want to leave a comment or DM me in the Discord to tell me how I did, I appreciate it, but I think this is going to do it for me. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the battles.